What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Wide Guard Zamazenta. So now that we're getting into Scarlet and Violet and we don't have to worry about Dynamax anymore, I know a lot of people are kind of thinking that Zamazenta and Zacian might fall off a little bit. However, I actually think that makes Zamazenta a bit more useful. I mean, don't get me wrong, Behemoth Bash was a really great move to use into Dynamax Pokemon. However, with Pokemon not Dynamaxing, that allows Zamazenta to still do some really good damage with its Behemoth Bash as a really strong stab steel move, and the body press as well, which is great because there are a lot of Pokemon out there right now that do end up being weak to fighting. So having a body press when you automatically get a +1 to your defense with the Dauntless Shield is going to be extremely strong. I mean, you're going to be able to take out a lot of things and do some really good damage into other things that would actually take that as neutral damage. Now, again, the most important thing in my mind is the fact that it does have Wide Guard. Wide Guard is great if you guys haven't used it because it does end up blocking any spread move that would end up going into you. So think about things like Earthquake, Precipice Blades, Glacial Lance, Astral Barrage, Eruption, Water Spout. I can name a bunch, but think about moves like that. You're going to end up blocking those, and you're not going to have to worry about it. And obviously, now that we're getting into Regulation G, when we're going to have a single restricted rule set, you are going to have to worry about really strong legendaries that do have strong stab moves, like a couple of the ones that I ended up mentioning. So having a Pokemon with Wide Guard is going to be extremely beneficial. You could end up playing a little bit of mind games with them as well, where they might not end up using that spread move, and you end up being able to get a Howl, Body Press, or that Behemoth Bash off as well. So again, play some mind games with the Wide Guard and make it so that not only do you end up protecting their spread moves, but you can get them to end up using moves that are only a single target. So again, I think Zamazenta is going to be really awesome. I'm super excited for it. And again, like I said before, I think that Zamazenta not only gets an uptick in usage now that we're in Scarlet and Violet, but I think that it's actually going to be a lot better than Zacian as well. Don't get me wrong, Zacian's still going to be pretty good, but I think that Zamazenta is going to be the one of the pair that's going to be more beneficial in Regulation G. So we'll get into some battles, but before we do, first, need to send a big thank you out to our friend Buck, who was the one who allowed me to use this team. So dude, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But also, if you guys are new here, just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. It looks like we're starting out with an Oricorio team. Now, question is, who is going to potentially use a dance move? I wonder which one of them gets any kind of Swords Dance or anything like that. I think Annihilate only gets Bulk Up, I think. So I don't think that's going to help them. But either way, we won't think about that. Let's go out there with Zamazenta as well as... We're going to start with these two, actually. And then we're actually going to bring them as well as Iron Treads as well. I think we're going to be okay. I think Sinistcha is going to be great, obviously, for the healing. And then, of course, we'll have a Grass move as well. And Strength Sap is never a bad idea. So that's going to be great. And then, of course, starting with Zamazenta, even though we will be neutral to a Fairy move because we are... fighting in Steel, at least we'll still have the Steel move to be able to go into Fluttermane if they end up coming out there. So we'll see. Let's see what ends up happening here. Question is, who do they even start with? Okay, maybe... Okay, so I'm guessing maybe then... I don't know what... I think there's maybe a dance move that they have? Yeah, I think there's... I'm trying to remember which one it is. But it's one that hits... And maybe not a dance move, but a move that hits everyone, but is considered a win move. So I think that's what they might do to be able to power them up. But... yeah, here's what we're going to end up doing. Is, let's go for the Behemoth Bash up there. And, let's also go for the Hyper Voice. Why not? Oh, I didn't realize they were actually a Tailwind Mon. That's actually pretty cool. And I should have terrestrialized into normal. Nice crit on that, too. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily thinking right there. Alright, that's fine, though. little unfortunate, but that's going to be alright. Here's what we're going to end up doing. And we can always go for a Trick Room here, actually. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to end up bringing them out now. I'll end up protecting on this one. And I can't. I forgot about that. Okay. So here's what we're going to do then. We're just going to have to attack then. Just going to have to attack. We're going to have to get them away from their Sash, assuming that they have Sash. And let's Terra into normal to avoid a Ghost move. And let's go for the Trick Room. Because I would imagine now, because at this point, like, yeah, they use Power Whip and all that, but, man, that wouldn't be strong against either of these guys. So they're going to have to probably resort to a Ghost move, and this will allow us to end up ignoring that, assuming they go over into them. And the Air Slash too, cool. Can't do that. Oh, no. Oh, we're fine. Okay, cool. That's good. We'll take that all day for sure. And let's get that Trick Room up. That'll be pretty nice. My bad. That pause between, like, the Poltergeist and it actually going with the move, I think is what actually got me there. But that's fine. Here's what we do. We just go for the Behemoth Bash. And I still think, even though it's going to be not very effective, still think that this is going to KO with the Machagacha over there. It's a good call right there, too, to be able to get a little bit of damage. Yeah, it is enough. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Been a while since we used Sinistcha, so, you know. I think it's awesome, though. I miss this thing. I forget how useful this thing is, too. Especially with the Strength Sap. But there we go. At least we knocked them out. They still do have Tailwind, but we do still have, obviously, Trick Room up, too. So that's good. We'll knock them out. Perfect. And now we just have to deal with 2 more Mons. Now, question is, who are they? And we will find out in just a moment here. Either way, we know that we're going to underspeed / outspeed because we're in Tailwind. Oh, cool. Okay. It's not great, in all honesty, for... Oh, that's not bad, though. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, then. Ooh, they're going to be booster speed? You bet. Okay, cool. Okay, that's good for Sinistcha, in all honesty. I was going to say it's not good for Zamazenta, though. I only say that because, you know, Behemoth Bash, not very effective, and Body Press doesn't affect it. So, obviously that would be a little worrisome. They've yet to Terrastallize, so maybe they don't have a Fairy Terra, but you never know. But let's go with a Behemoth Bash. And let's go with the Machagacha. Why not? It might be a Water Terra over there. Potentially Grass, maybe? Okay, no. Okay. Okay, that's fine, though. Oh, we miss on a Machagacha. Oh, no. That's a little rough, in all honesty. Thankfully, we hit the right one. Do we get a burn? We do not, but that's going to be alright. We'll still get a decent hit over there. It's just going to be resisted at this point. Almost still ended up taking half. Ooh, the Muddy Water, though. Oh, and their Life Orb as well. Yep, everyone say goodbye to Zamazenta. Oh, boy. But yeah, it's not like I was actually going to go for like a Body Press over there. You know what I mean? Only because, again, if they wouldn't have Terrastalized, wouldn't have done anything. So, either way, though, I still think we're going to be fine here, in all honesty. Because we now have Iron Treads, and that Ground and Steel is really going to help us here. Well, not the Steel, in all honesty, but at least the Ground will. Alright, yeah, we got Trick Room for 2. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to go for the High Horsepower over there. And let's go for the Machagacha again. And let's see if we can KO. Fingers crossed. You know, in all honesty, uh-oh. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that wasn't going to KO. Perfect. Rocky Helmet and Life Orb damage. We'll hit the Machagacha, we'll KO over there, and we'll get them a little down too, and this high horsepower should end up KOing. But you know, Iron Treads is actually really dope. And honestly, this one with like Steel Roller on it too, even though I understand you want a Steel move on it, which is going to be a stab move that you would be able to end up using no matter what, but if you end up having any kind of terrain out there, man, that's actually a lot of really good damage. And there we go. Thankfully, we actually hit the high horsepower on that, and we are going to be good to go now. We end up getting the victory there. I know Zama ended up getting taken out by that Mystical Fire, but again, wasn't really expecting that, but what can you do? It still really put in a really good showing. Still ended up taking some of them down with the Behemoth Bash, and we'll definitely end up getting in some body presses later on, but at least we still end up picking up the victory here. Good game. Looks like we have a Palafin sighting. This is gonna be pretty exciting. Okay, here's what we're going to do, I think. It looks like they do have a Trick Room option. And that is definitely not ideal for us, but we'll figure this out. It's a little tough, only because I know it's going to be, I'm sure Urshifu is going to come, and with, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 fighting weaknesses, I know that's going to be a little tough, but it's not to say that's going to be impossible. I think we can still do some really good work against it, too. Especially if that's a single strike. But here's what we're going to do, I think. I think we're going to start out with... I think we're actually going to start out with them, and we're going to go with... we're going to go with... No, we're not going to start with Sinistcha, actually. I'm sorry. Let's end up starting with them, and let's go with Suicune, and then let's have them as well as Sinistcha in the back. I think Zamazenta is going to be pretty decent here. Again, its defense is actually pretty good, so that body press is going to do some good work. And again, especially if that is like a single strike Urshifu, that body press is going to be super effective. So let's see what we can do here, though. I have faith. So let's go. Who do we have? Of course, the Intimidate, which is going to be a little rough. But we'll be alright, though. We will definitely be alright. The good thing is we do have Steel Roller here. And that might actually be what we end up going with here. Oh, and our speed gets heightened too. That is huge. So we could go high horsepower. I am thinking about Steel Roller, but again, high horsepower would probably be the better move right here. But again, do they terrestrialize? That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, because they may terrestrialize because of us having the water out here. So here's what we're gonna go with the higher horsepower, and we're also gonna go with the Scald over there. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we just straight up take it out. That's awesome. We're gonna end up losing Suicune, don't get me wrong, but still, at least we end up picking up that KO. We get the Scald though. Do we get a burn? No. But we do get an Electro Drift, and we can say goodbye to Suicune. So long, Britta. Appreciate that. That's alright, we got a little bit of damage. I'm happy about that. Here's what we can do now. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine here. Here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to end up bringing... let's bring Zamazenta. Let's end up using the Howl. That's going to be pretty nice. Forgot about them. Okay, single... That is rapid. Okay. It's not horrible, in all honesty. It's not great, don't get me wrong, but it's not horrible. We could go Ghost here. That would actually eliminate a... Close combat. Sorry. Don't know why that, again, was the... for it, but that's okay. But let's do that. Let's go with the high horsepower over there. And again, we're not going to end up going first with the Howl. We're going to get that high horsepower first. So... is it worth it to go for the Howl? I think it actually still might be. Let's end up going for the Howl here. Yeah, we're going to have to go with the Terra just to eliminate actually both the Surging Strikes and a close combat. Because again, Ground and Steel were weak to both. Not great. Again, it was nice because we were Ground and Steel, which is great against, you know, obviously them. Oh, we do take them out though. Let's go. You are so strong. That is fantastic. But great against them because of the electric, obviously, but... nice. We get the Howl. Good to know we're going to outspeed them. Is this going to be close combat? Yeah, they went close combat over there. Smart call, though. Nice. Their defense fell. That's really good for us. Question is, who's coming out next? Oh! Nice! Okay, cool. Sweet, we'll take that. They can't do anything about their, yeah, they can't do anything about, going into, like, the hero form, so... nice! I think we're good. Sweet. Let's do that, and let's body press. Let's take them out right away. And let's see what we can do. We saw that we outsped them both, or at least we outsped Urshifu, so I think we're going to be good. Oh, okay, yeah, and funny thing is, I think, what, we're at neutral? Because, yeah, there was a, Intimidate off the bat, right? Yeah, they outspeed, but we totally tanked that. We totally tanked that. That's perfect. Body press now. Holy cow, man. I love Zama, man. I'm telling you. That thing is absolutely fantastic. Wait, did we have one? Oh, we didn't. Was that... I don't know, I'm sorry. When I saw Arcanine, I was like, oh, wait, yeah, that's definitely a... by the way, we're going Steel Roller right now. But yeah, I'm like, oh, that's definitely... we're ending up getting a... whatchamacallit? An Intimidate drop right there. But no, thankfully, they weren't that ability. They ended up going, I would imagine... what is that? Rockhead is the other ability. It's a really great one, don't get me wrong, but still, that helps us out because that didn't lower... anything like that. And the really good thing about that too is the fact that that allowed us to actually KO Miraidon right off the bat as well. So thankfully they didn't have an Intimidate mon, and thankfully we were able to actually be full power. And then of course, as you saw there after the Howl, man, we're extremely strong, and yeah, we're definitely going to take things out. So let's go. Good game. You know, I'm actually gaining more and more respect for Iron Treads the more I'm using it. Actually, I like that thing a lot, but Zamazenta is doing great too. That's one that I think we might actually have to start them right off the bat, in all honesty. So we're going to go them as well as... should we? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to start them as well as Sinistcha, and then we're actually going to bring... yeah, we're actually going to bring T-Tar as well as Blood Moon Ursaluna as well. Yeah, that definitely works for me. Now, they're probably going to end up starting Groudon, and then we have the fear of like a Fire Punch, Heat Crash, something like that. So maybe we Terrasilize, or we just swap into T-Tar and end up having them lose that extra boost from the sun. So... again, we'll find out. Only time will tell. Let's see what happens. I would imagine they're going to start Groudon. Probably going to be Groudon and Incineroar. Oh, and Fluttermane. Okay, cool. And not great per se, but not bad. But not bad. And Intimidate's not great though, but we're going to be alright. Here's what we're going to end up doing. I really do kind of want to save that Terra for here. So I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take a risk that they go for the Fake Out and not the knockoff. And let's go for the Trick Room. Yeah, they do go for the Shadow Ball. I was thinking about terrestrializing it in normal, but again, I really wanted to save it. It's extremely unfortunate then. So we're not going to get the Trick Room, but that's not to say that we're not... Alright, let's... Wow. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, there they are. Of course. Okay, that's actually not too bad, in all honesty. Here's what we're gonna end up doing. Yeah, their speed's heightened. That kind of sucks, but we'll be fine. We're gonna end up going for the Wide Guard here. And let's terrestrialize, and let's go for the Hyper Voice. Let's see how much damage we can actually do with this, too. Sorry, a little blown away by that damage. Again, I know it has really great defense, but man, to just straight up Oko and Incineroar like that, that's pretty crazy. I like that. Perfect, that's going to help if they go Dazzling Gleam and a Blades. Okay, so they're locked into Shadow Ball. That's good to know. Good. We end up blocking the Precipice Blades. Let's see how much damage we can actually do with the Hyper Voice here. Nice. If we can do half over onto Groudon, which is going to be a big ask. Yeah. I think we can actually, what we're going to do is go for the Behemoth Bash over there, and we're going to go for the Blood Moon over into them. Survive that, we get the Behemoth Bash next, we end up KOing them, and then we should be able to just straight up knock out with a Blood Moon over onto Groudon. Nice. And we did get them to skip out on a Precipice Blades too. And we end up picking up the KO with the Blood Moon, presumably. Presumably. Hold on now. I mean, this should. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, it's gonna Hoko. Or knockout, pardon me. So, let's go. Now, all we have to deal with is just one more Pokemon. And if it's a Firemon or anything that benefits from it, like Walking Wake, what we can end up doing is just going for a... Is that going to be special attack? It is, but here's what we can do. And the main reason why we brought T-Tar was to bring them out to be able to change the weather. And all we have to do is go for the Hyper Voice here. And I think we should be okay here. I mean, obviously they're going to end up going for like a Hydro Steam or something like that. Potentially maybe like a Draco Meteor down into Ursaluna. But I think we could survive that, especially with their photosynthesis off. Oh, it's just a flamethrower. Perfect. Yeah, we survived that easily. And their Life Orb too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're going to be good here. So now we got the Hyper Voice. This should take them down about half at least. Thank you, Critical Hit. I appreciate that. That definitely helps out quite a bit too. And let's go. Thankfully, we're able to actually pick up the win there. And my goodness, man. Again, that body press over into Incineroar was absolutely insane. And some of the KOs we picked up there were, just absolutely incredible too, man. I'm actually really liking this team. Good game. Oh, man, we got a Ho-Oh. Let's go. That's actually really cool. I'm not going to lie. I really like Ho-Oh. However, we need to find a way to really kind of take care of it and its ice types as well. And obviously, the answer to that is going to be T-Tar. However, we need to be strategic about the weather because, again, they have a way to end up changing it. And in all honesty, the good news here is the fact that... Yeah, the good news here is the fact that we are going to be slower. So if they start out with their weather, our weather is going to actually go up last, and that's always a positive. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go T-Tar, and we're also going to end up going... Pretty dumb to end up going them, but that wouldn't be the worst thing, I guess. Yeah, let's start those two. Actually, no. Let's start them. Let's start Zamazenta. We'll bring them in the back. And, let's bring them as well. That way we can try to set up Trick Room if we feel like we need to. This is kind of like the slower half of the team. Or slower third of the team. Slower two-thirds. You know what I mean. So, thankfully, we can end up doing that, and it wouldn't be the worst thing. We'll definitely end up underspeeding, and then thus outspeeding a lot of things, except for a... oh boy. Except for a Amoonguss, unfortunately. I'll be alright. Snow warning. Oh no, but what happened to the snow? Sorry, hold on. There we go. What happened to the snow? Oh, it turned into sand. Let's go. So here's what we're going to end up doing. We could Terrastalize into Ghost. You know that they're probably going to end up going for like a Stomping Tantrum or something. But I really don't want a Terra, in all honesty. But again, it might be the best thing at a certain point. Let's Terrastalize and let's go with the Rock Slide, and let's go with the Howl. Perfect. Let's see who we can actually hit with the Rock Slide then. Suicune, that's... okay, not great, but we'll be alright though. We'll be alright. It's not like they're going to go with an Earthquake. We know it's going to have to be like a Stomping Tantrum. So, that, or they could potentially go for a U-turn here, which is possible too, to be able to get the snow back. But... that'll be alright, though. That'll be alright. We'll get the Howl first anyways. And then we'll get the... yeah, it is a U-turn. Okay. That's okay. Not much damage, and here comes Ninetales again. Just to get that weather back. And I totally get it. I do not blame you. Good news, though, is we're still going to end up getting the Rock Slide here. We're going to get the Howl first, and it's going to hit both of them. It's going to hit both of them. Let's go. Good damage. Even though they do have... Ninetales has the... whatchamacallit? The defense boost because of the snow, though. But that's okay. We're still going to be fine here. We're in a good spot. Let's go for the... let's go for the Rock Slide again. Actually, here's what we're going to do. No, not Protect. We're going to go for the Knockoff over there, just so we can get whatever their item is off. And let's go for the Behemoth Bash over there. Yep, Aurora Veil, that's totally understandable. And what are they going to do, though? Well, we'll find out after the Behemoth Bash. And Ninetales is gone. Let's go. Alright, let's see. What you going to do? Going for the Scald. Come on, no burn. Thank you. Let's go. And we'll knock off. Good damage right there. The Citrus Berry. That's perfect. And perfect timing, too. Here comes Lando to get the Intimidate again. Definitely not ideal. We're going to have to swap out Thug Shaker here. Yeah. Let's go into Sinistcha here. I'm going to go for the body press over into... No, I should probably go for the Behemoth Bash, in all honesty. No, we're going for the body press. And we're going to take out... not Suicune, whoever they end up bringing out next. A Rock Slide would have been nice there, though, in all honesty. But it's alright. At least we'll still end up getting a... it's not going to be very effective, but at least a decent move over there. That'll be pretty nice. We'll get the Hospitality as well. Here comes a Stomping Tantrum. Uh-oh. Flying Terra? Ground Terra. We should have went for the Wide Guard on this one, shouldn't we have? Comes the Earthquake. Not a bad call in all honesty, but I think we can survive with our defense? Is that wishful thinking? No, wow. That defense is just so insane. I love it. Let's go, Zama. Okay, that's not much damage, but that's totally okay. That is crazy. The good news now, too, is the fact that we can go for a body press here. And, in all honesty... yeah, we're gonna be fine. Okay, here's what we're gonna end up doing, though. If they're gonna continue to do that, let's go for the Matcha Gotcha, and let's go for the Wide Guard. We'll stop the Earthquake, and I think they'll just go for a Heat Wave, potentially. I don't know what moves Ho-Oh actually has, so I could be wrong. Yeah, no one affected by that. That's good. Please tell me you go Heat Wave. Ah, son of a... It's okay. That's okay. That's my bad, you know? Ooh, they have lefties? Fair enough. Okay, here's what we're going to get a chance to do, though. Let's go right back out with them. Let's go. That's going to be really helpful. Let's go for the Rock Slide, obviously. And I kind of want to go for the Howl, but honestly, Wide Guard is the smartest and safest play. Chances are they are going to swap out Lando right here to be able to get an Intimidate later. And also to get, also to avoid a, another Wide Guard thing. Okay, honestly, it would be pretty risky to go for the Howl right here, but again, I really feel like they're going to swap out Lando. So I'm actually going to go for the Howl on this one. I think they're going to swap out Lando. Let's go. Into Suicune, we'll get a +1, which is going to be nice, which means that when they come back, we're going to be neutral. So that's going to be nice. That might be enough to knock out Suicune. We'll get the Howl, that's perfect. I know they're going to go first. Can we survive? We can. And we hit the Rock Slide. Let's go. Oh, definitely gone. Suicune, not quite. But that's okay. We knock out their, like, biggest mon right there. And we keep doing some residual damage. Suicune is really close to being knocked out. And that's going to be really nice, unfortunately. We're getting there, too. It's alright. Here's the good thing. Is we can actually go for a double protect here. We can see what move they're going to lock themselves into. And then we can also get that extra little damage on Suicune. So let's protect. Actually, no, we can't. Okay. We're still going to protect over there, though. I feel safe with that. And let's go for the body press over there. I want to see what they lock into. A Ground Terra Blast. Holy cow. Holy cow. You know, that is, I think, 5 stronger than Stomping Tantrum, so I can understand that. Tailwind, fair. Fair. I can't be upset at that. They're hit by the Sandstorm, that's good. Still can't protect, though. That's rough. They're definitely going to get knocked out. You know, honestly, I think that they can withstand that, and they're going to be able to knock out the Blood Moon. So I think we can take this pretty easily right here then. We don't have to worry about Suicune because we have the Sandstorm for 3 more. They're going to get knocked out to Residual right here. So that's perfect. I'm going to still go for a knockoff. I don't think we're going to get a move anyways, but still. It's not going to be too bad. And unfortunately, we are -1 and +1 in our defense, which is good on that. But yeah. So let's, I'm sorry, let's go for the Body Press over there again. Comes the Terra Blast, that's going to knock us out over here. Can we withstand it? Yeah, I didn't think so, but still, it was a nice thought, you know? And then unfortunately, here comes a Scald, I would imagine. And this will KO. Yeah. And that is unfortunate, don't get me wrong, but again, we have one more Mon in the back that's going to be able to withstand a lot of this, and also, they get knocked out right here, so it's going to be one-on-one. Goodbye, Suicune. And now, honestly, again, all we have to do is just go for a Blood Moon. I know we don't have Terra. Or wait, hold on. Yeah, no, we ended up using it. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Either way, the Blood Moon is still going to be strong enough, and I don't think that one Terra Blast from Landorus here is going to be able to knock us out. Pretty strong defensively, so we'll be fine. Yeah, look at that. It's not even a 2-hit KO, which is pretty crazy in all honesty. And let's go. That's definitely one that's going to KO right there. They could have had a little bit more, and I still think we would have KO'd, but thankfully right there we did have a really strong and bulky Mon in the back, and we were able to kind of just take him out from there. But again, Zama actually did really, really well. That Wide Guard really came in handy, and we ended up coming out with a victory. Good game. So at this point, I think we can all agree that Zamazenta is better than Zacian. I mean, this thing does obviously, like you see with the Rusted Shield, end up getting that +1 with the defense when it ends up going out there, which means that that Body Press is automatically going to be a bit stronger. I mean, you saw what it ended up doing to Incineroar. I mean, just a straight-up OHKO with 1 Body Press, which is absolutely insane. And the great thing, too, is it does have Iron Head, which ends up turning into Behemoth Bash, which is a 100 power, 100% accurate move. And that's really nice into things like Fluttermane and other potential fairy types that end up going out there. And since that is a stab, obviously that's really nice, too. Now, this thing, again, does have the Rock Terra, and if I'm not mistaken, that is to be able to give it that special defense boost when you go out there with T-Tar. And again, as you saw, both of them out there together actually works extremely well. So that is another possible thing to go with. But again, Zamazenta on its own, with its strong defense and actual pretty decent attack as well, is going to be great out there. And being able to have that Wide Guard is super, super important as well. As you saw, a lot of like Earthquakes, the Precipice Blades, and again, if we end up facing a Calyrex, you know, the Astral Barrage, Glacial Lance. So again, I can't reiterate enough how important Wide Guard is, especially now as we get into the restricted phase. So that's really great. And again, because we have Howl too, if we end up needing a stronger Behemoth Bash or we need to power up T-Tar, Iron Treads, yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of attack. We can end up going with Howl as well. And again, Zamazenta is just a great supporter and a really great attacker as well on pretty much any team. So again, hate to say it for people who really love Zacian, but in the end, I think Zamazenta ends up taking the crown. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.